We can say with confidence that the VICIVISION has delivered in terms of our return on investment. For those hesitant about making investment in a similar piece of equipment, in our experience, we would recommend it and say that it increases the productivity, it increases customers' confidence in terms of quality parts that you're delivering, and increases the output for the business, which can only be good for the bottom line.
If anything, it's actually allowed us to up our inspection frequency, which has further improved our control because it's just such a quick measurement, seconds.
Coco Engineering supplies to a wide range of industries. We've been trading for 40 years. We've got a number of customers that have been trading with us for 10 years plus. So on average, we probably produce about 250,000 parts per month. I think the last 5-10 years have probably been some of the most exciting in terms of the recent history of the business. We relocated to a new premises in 2018 that was purpose-built for the company. So we've got more space, and along with that, we've invested in a lot of new machinery. So our investment into the VICIVISION has allowed us to get rid of a bottleneck that we had in our quality department in terms of getting product out the door on time.
There was very much one particular application that drove the investment and the need to improve on our existing process, which was the geometric inspection of piston pins. Predominantly to interrogate, validate, inspect those geometric requirements, we were relying on tally rond, conventional contact roundness checking machines. Part of the problem that we had was that our 2 tally ronds are manual centering and leveling. And it was the centering and leveling really that was killing us. Even the most experienced engineers would get multiple decimal places of variation from one measurement to the next on the same part. And when you're trying to work to 1 or 2 micron tolerances, it just doesn't fly. It's not acceptable. But we're almost spending just as much time measuring parts as we were making parts. And as the volumes grew and grew, it just wasn't viable. We needed a faster solution. So we ended up going with the VICIVISION Techno M309. The number one driving factor behind that was its accuracy and repeatability. That was the machine that was demoed to us here on site, and it was the results that demonstrated that that piece of kit was on par, if not better than, our tally rond in terms of accurately and repeatably producing roundness and cylindricity results to the accuracy that we needed. It is heavily used for first off qualification. It's somewhat reduced the need for secondary validation. All of the results that are recorded on the Vici are nigh on infallible, for want of a better word, and the reports are all automatically saved and catalogued under part number, date, batch number. So at the click of a mouse, anybody can go and pull those records up. Again, in the grinding section, it is then used heavily all day, every day, both shifts for in production monitoring. The amount of time that we've saved on inspection throughput is hundreds of man hours a year. Not only has that saved us time on the inspection process itself, a massive chunk of that time goes straight back into productivity and production output. So it's really a double whammy in terms of the saving that it's generated for us.
When we were initially looking at the return on investment, I think we were estimating, forecasting it should pay for itself within 2 years. I think we're coming up to a year after investment on the Vici, and it has already paid for itself. So in terms of the cost and the output that we were expecting, and even in terms of the training required and setup required to get it up and running in the business, we could hit the ground running with it, really.
The fact that more than half of our turned parts that fit within the M309 envelope now go through the Vici machine. In fact, we are at a point at which it is that heavily trafficked, I suspect it won't be very long before we're talking about buying another one. We would wholeheartedly recommend the Vici product to anybody inspecting shafts. The time saving for us has been a real evolution in our process for high precision cylindrical parts. Right the way through to the ongoing service, maintenance and calibration. Cannot fault anything that we've had from the Vici team and the broader Carfel group as a whole.